strong numbers, they triggered a short squeeze. HCL Technologies expectations are high, even though they've delivered. Based on these numbers, brokerages are unlikely to re-rate that stock. HCL Technologies on your screen is at 679. State Bank of India is looking flat. Reliance is off to a decent start, and most of the metal stocks are now coming under pressure. For State Bank of India, you have a wild rate now, and that wild rate is surely disturbing the Nifty.
Hero MotoCorp, that's the one you would want to look out for ahead of its earnings. So let's see what Hero MotoCorp is currently up to. It's going soft into its earnings at 18.20. That's where the stock is. Reliance Industries, whether or not it's all set to duplicate yesterday's gains doesn't seem to be the case. It's lying flat, and no, it now picks up. So good jump at 875 levels. That's where the stock is. Let's see what Hindalco is up to as well, considering that was the biggest drag on the index yesterday. It's a 1% dip coming in for Hindalco yet again, and yesterday the gainers also included the likes of Dr. Reddy's as well as Cipla from the pharma pack. TCS as well looked okay, and HCL Technologies is holding out post its earnings in the pre-open rates. What about the currency? Manisha is here to update us on that. Manisha.
Thank you for that, Aisha. Third day of decline coming in for the Indian rupee, marginal, but it still is in the red at this point in time. That's pretty much the case across week. The regional risk sentiment is something that's putting pressure onto the prices. It also has to do with the oil demand, dollar payment, which is also putting pressure. Also, while there's a possibility of a 25 basis interest rate cut, and that augurs well for the Indian rupee, markets really haven't factored that one in as yet. There still is that concern about the twin deficit, high inflation, the high crude prices, the high gold prices. All of those really putting pressure onto the Indian rupee. We have spoken to IndusInd Bank today, and they are vouching for a breach of 55 per dollar in this week itself for the rupee.
Manisha, thanks a lot for that. What are dealing rooms betting on? For that, let's go to Ajay. Ajay, yesterday you got Reliance right. Which are the ones which dealing rooms are betting on?
Good morning, Nikunj. Nikunj, Exide Industries, apart from the index stocks, Exide is from the mid-cap space. It's there in the F&O. That is the top stock which is on the radar of traders this morning. Last quarter, which is the second quarter, was a complete washout for Exide Industries. So this time round, there are expectations that they would try to make up for that particular weak quarter. Okay, 200 crore plus kind of EBITDA is expected, but margin is actually what traders are betting on. So anything above 50 basis points expansion in margin, and the stock could actually get a lot of long positions. Some of them are holding, already taking a long position. So from the trading perspective, Exide is very keenly watched. Second one, of course, Reliance Communications, and the story doesn't die out there. It was a favorite whipping boy of the market yesterday, down over 6.5%. When a large section of the traders got disappointed that no stake sale or tower business, etc., or Flag Telecom, no deal of any such sort actually was announced. So yeah, today also some weakness could continue in that particular stock according to dealers. And this morning another negative news on there that ICRA has actually downgraded the bond and banking facilities. Some weakness expected to continue over there. And from the mid-cap space, Sayaji Hotels, that is interesting stock. One would like to keep on the radar, not only because their subsidiary Barbecue Nation is where private equity players are wanting to pick up stake. But apart from that also, there's a related deal which is there in the offing. The same promoters, Liberty Phosphates, is up on the block. And there are expectations that proceeds from that deal also will come in the core business, which is the hotel business. It's a low volume stock, just 10-15,000 shares get traded on a daily basis. But now that Barbecue Nation private equity deal is also brewing, it surely endorses that the promoters' pure focus is on hotel business now.
Ajay, thanks for that update. Ajay Botke, this question is coming your way. For 2013, what are your high risk, high return ideas?
Well, I think on the mid-cap side, we are positive on Shree Cement. We feel that the stock has good potential over the medium term. We are expecting volumes to double over the next 2 years from 12 million to 25 million ton. We are expecting around 64% growth in earnings in FY13 and around 20% growth in FY14. I think I would also look at Bharat Electronics. The company does get a large amount of its orders in this current quarter, last quarter of the financial year. I think that is one stock we are sort of very positive on. On the fact that there is a glut of rubber globally and the rubber prices are under pressure makes us positive on Apollo Tyres. We think that is one stock to be looked at. On the J&K Bank, Torrent Pharmaceuticals on the pharma side, and Mahindra Holidays continues to figure among our top mid-cap ideas.
What are your large cap underweight or sell ideas?
Yeah. See, in large cap, I think we are still very cautious on some of the smaller infrastructure names, because the working capital cycles still continue to be extremely stretched. Debt levels are very high. We do expect, however, that as the interest rates start coming off, I think some of these companies might get some relief. But on ground, there is still no improvement insofar as order inflows are concerned, and that is what sort of makes us slightly worry about the smallish infrastructure names.
Ajay, do you think crude could be a big irritant now? Crude prices are at a fresh 4-month high. If crude prices stay where they are, it will automatically challenge the macros. Currency will come under pressure, and in a sense that would be a big impediment for Reserve Bank of India to consider a rate cut.
Yeah, I think I tend to agree with you, because for the September quarter, the current account deficit already has breached 5.4%. And I think one clearly needs the exports are not picking up, imports remain stubbornly high, gold imports continue to be extremely strong. So I think the government will have to grapple sooner rather than later on how to contain the current account deficit, because that clearly is the biggest threat to the macro story. An avalanche of global liquidity is helping emerging markets, helping the risk on trade. India has been a beneficiary because of that. But on the domestic side, I think the reforms juggernaut needs to continue to roll. And the most important fact, I think I mentioned in the previous part, is realignment of energy prices, diesel prices, LPG prices in line with the global market, in line with the global prices. I think because Fitch has clearly warned that adoption of loose fiscal policies in the run-up to the national polls also will be a big threat. So I think fiscal consolidation will play a very, very important role from the perspective of institutional investors going forward, for the markets to continue to be buoyant in the next financial year.
Jay, after what we saw from Bajaj Auto yesterday in terms of inline set of top and bottom line, but the exports are the ones which are slowing down a bit. What is it that you're expecting from Hero MotoCorp?
See, I think in Hero MotoCorp, our view, we have a reduce on Hero MotoCorp. We are expecting around a 1% decline in volumes on account of lower retail demand and competition from HMSI. I think our analyst is expecting EBITDA of around 913 crores for the current quarter, a margin of 15%, and a bottom line of around 589 crores, which is a drop of 3.8% on the same quarter last year.
Ajay, at the current juncture, I guess everyone recognizes that the fundamental factors are loaded in favor of the bulls. Do you think expectation management could be a key challenge for this year? Because exactly a year ago, there were bears everywhere. Now there are bulls everywhere.
So as I mentioned, I think there are 5 issues which the market wants the policymakers to focus their attention on. First is continuation of the reforms juggernaut. Secondly, they want to see a real roadmap on achieving medium-term fiscal consolidation, and by that I mean control of subsidies. Thirdly, the infrastructure and industrial capex, which is currently 1.5 lakh crores of projects are stuck at various stages of approval. The CCI has been notified. It has been also given powers to modify rather than only as against the previous expectation that they will only have the powers to look at those projects. But now I think we need the government to ease the hurdles and the bottlenecks and let some of the marquee projects on the infrastructure and industrial capex see the light of the day. The fourth is, I think, create conditions for the Reserve Bank to lower rates, which again means control subsidies. And above all, I think our view is that refrain from adopting loose fiscal policies as you approach 9 state elections and the national polls in 2014. and I think the FSA will be very closely watched, because Kelkar committee has said that please phase out the rollout of food security bill, because that is going to burden the already 85,000 crores of food subsidy by 30 to 40,000 crores extra. We don't have the fiscal space to immediately sort of bear such a large fiscal burden. So I think the rating agencies are watching, institutional investors are watching all these factors, and policymakers need to take cognizance of these factors.
Ajay, good to have you on the show. It always is good chatting with you as always. Let me just quickly recap then the trading ideas coming in this morning from our expert.